What's up, everyone? I'm Dinebot. Welcome back to Flight Sim and Favorite Places to Fly. Today we're going to be heading up into the northeastern United States to a town that was first settled in the early 1600s as part of the Massachusetts Bay Colony. It also has a namesake city on the west coast of the U.S. We are headed to Portland, Maine. Let's go ahead and get flying. Alright, here we are rolling at the jetport. We are up and away. Now, this town itself is not going to be too hard to find. We are heading in an easterly direction. We simply need to bank a little bit to our north. And the old part of the town is easily visible from here. It is preserved warehouses and buildings from the early part of the town's history. And this city has quite a lot of history. Being founded in the 1600s, was attacked repeatedly over the various wars, even took part a little bit in the Civil War with a raiding party that came up here. As you might imagine, given the location, this is a very important port. It was once the primary ice-free shipment port for Canadian goods, although the invention of reliable icebreakers pretty much put a stop to that, and that trade fell off. However, the port is undergoing a revival. The first ever container train departed from here in early 2016. Now, this is the largest economic city in Maine, so if you come here, you'll see a lot of things that would be familiar. The banks and things have based their main operations here. Not a very large city. You're looking at 68,000 people. Now that's 2020 census. That's the last thing I could find. So that is obviously a few years out of date. But city populations don't jump or decline that hugely unless something has gone catastrophically wrong. Now, city named after the English Isle of Portland. It was formally founded in 1786. The city of Portland in Oregon is named after Portland, Maine. And interestingly, the city seal of Portland, Maine features a phoenix rising from the ashes, which is a nod to the 4 devastating fires that the city has recovered from. Now, we should be passing over what's known as the Old Port District right now. I'm not quite sure what a cruise ship is doing here. The sim just kind of puts big ships where it wants to. As we pass on over. Now, if you're wondering exactly where we are, let's have a look at the EFB. So this is Casco Bay. The first European settler here was Christopher Levitt. He was an English naval captain granted 6,000 acres in 1623 to found a settlement in Casco Bay. Now, the settlement was ultimately a failure. The fate of his colonists is unknown. Not an uncommon story for this part of the world in that time period. Peninsula itself was settled in 1632 as a fishing and trading village named Casco. And then fast forward until it was formally named Portland in 1786. Now, there is a lot more history here, as with any city in this part of the U.S. from this time period, but there is simply too much of it for me to get into in a video of this length. Suffice it to say, if you want to check it out, you can definitely find plenty of reading material. We have a cargo ship here stopping for a quick coffee down by the waterfront, it looks like. An absolutely fascinating place to fly, and you are right smack in the middle of, well, the northern end of New England here, so easily going into Canada or further down the eastern seaboard from here down towards New York, New Jersey, Boston. In fact, you are about 105 miles from Boston, I believe. So it is a beautiful town and a absolutely fascinating place to fly. Gorgeous this time of year as well. Now that the sim actually tracks foliage changes. And that will do it for me today, guys. That is Portland, Maine. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy the video, hit like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out more than you could possibly know. If you have a place you'd like to see me fly, leave it in the comments. And if you're here to the end, watch Time is Key on YouTube, helping me feed the algorithm. So thank you so much for that. I'm Dimebot. I'll see you guys next time.